Okay, the income stream calculator is the very same kind of thing. And you can tell I use Google a lot. I love Google actually more than Word or Excel or anything these days, because you can do so much with Google and you can collaborate so easily with it. And so that's why I do it. Go to this link, which is nams.ws/ICS. I'll put that in the chat box. And that's going to take you to this. So the income stream calculator is a traffic planning tool. And what we're interested in knowing is what your click goals are. Now this is, you don't have to ever type anything into this box or in this column. This is calculated column. And every week is generated here by you. This is where you do your typing. So if you decide that you're going to be able to get 75 clicks a week, you type it in here. This is the data piece of this, and this will all come together in just a second. So just hang on with me for just a second. Let me go through it, and then I'll come back and answer questions about this and show you how this all works and why it's so important. So I have this set up so that it's a 52-week traffic generation planner, and I have it set up in my case so that I have 10% weekly growth. Now, if I did 50%, it just changes all the numbers completely right there. So if I do back to 10, numbers are going to drop again, okay? So if I change this to 90, that's going to change in the next document. If I change this to 200, it's going to change in the next column right there. I didn't mean document column right there. So then my total would be 605, okay? So now if I come to the product sales plan tab, you'll see that that number 605 dropped in right here. This was the total clicks, and this is 605, drops in right here. Now I know historically from these products that I've put in here that this conversion rate is going to be 5%, because that's how we convert on these products with our traffic. So if we get 605 clicks and we're going to get 5% conversion on that, it's going to be about 30 sales, which you'll see right here. 30 sales is the total amount of sales. So I've got 3 levels of this product going, which is a monthly, an annual, and a lifetime. And I know what the distribution is. I know that 30% of our people that buy the monthly. I know about 20% of our people buy the annual. I know that 50% of our people buy the lifetime. So then we have the prices over here of what those things are. So it's $20 per month, $77 per year, and $120 lifetime. So I know that with these number of sales, 30% times 30 equals 9. Times 20 equals $181 this week, based on that number of clicks, right? So this is kind of an income forecaster for you. It's to help you understand what you got to do. What you got to do to reach the amount of money that you want is get the number of clicks. You do that through Twitter and Facebook and email and all that kind of stuff. And this then generates for you a predictable path for creating the kind of income that you want. So if we did this at 605 clicks, we're going to, on this product, we're going to get about 30 sales, which is going to end up giving us about 2,462 gross, minus the merchant fees of about 5%, which is 123 off. Plus, I've created a savings here plan of 10%, which we can reinvest back in the business, or we can take a vacation, we can do whatever we want. That's money that we're going to set aside for whatever we're using it. That's this. So the total outgoing is this plus this, and that's going to be 369. So 2,462 minus 369 equals 2,000 a week. 2,000 a week, right? And so I know that I'm going to get 1,500 operating, net operating, because I've got the outgoing is already removed. I got 1,500 here in annual sales, not annual, I'm sorry, lifetime sales, not recurring, but I've got 396 and 154 in recurring. So I'm continuing to build my recurring up as well here. That gives me operating profit after 52 weeks of $108,000 on a gross of 121. The only thing that is driving all of these numbers is this right here, 605. That's why this is so important over here. You have to predict, when we're building a traffic plan, you have to predict, I'm going to send 12 tweets a day, and from those 12 tweets a day, I'm going to get 90 people this week that are going to click my link. All you're talking about is people who click your link. So in a week, I want to get 90 people from Twitter that click my link. From Facebook posts, I want to get 200 people that click my link. So what's that tell me? That tells me that I have to have the content going out on Twitter. It means I have to have the posts that engage on Facebook. If I'm using YouTube, I've got to have people clicking links. This is all about clicking links here, okay? So this tool helps us understand what we have to do to reach the kind of revenue that we want to reach. Now, there's a lot more that goes into this tool because these are my products, right? So maybe you have your own product, and we're going to call that product number one. And product number one is $97. Okay? And it's the only product you have. So it's going to be 100%. Okay? That means these are going to be 0. Or I could delete them, but I don't want to delete them. But I will change it out so it doesn't look like it's just my stuff. So these are your plans. These are your plans, right? You got one product that's 100%, that's $97, and you expect to get 30 sales from 605 because you're going to convert at 5%. Maybe you're not going to convert at 5%. Maybe you're going to convert at 3% on a $97 product. So I changed my conversion up here, and now it's $1,761 gross. My fees are the same. Savings comes out, total outgoing, $1,496 net operating profit, and here is my annual gross from continued sales like that. Based on just this week, of sales. 605 clicks this week, going to drive 18.2 sales. That's my goal for this 97. So you adjust historically over time. That's the deal. You adjust historically over time. So if I know that I'm getting, let's say that I'm getting 90 here, and I know that as I continue to spread out my content, I'm going to get more and more and more, and it's going to pick up. So I do some prediction based on what my clicks are going to be, and it'll give me new numbers when the next week rolls around. All right. Okay, so how do I change these? So this is your product. You want to be able to put your product in here. You come to the data sheet, and I have some blanks here, and you can type in your own, you can type over mine, you can do whatever you want. But what you don't want to do is add anything below any of the columns. If you add below the columns, it doesn't get picked up. So if you need to add something in between the columns, just click in between the rows. You don't want to add anything below the rows. So if I add here product 7, like that, and I come back over to this, and I want to put product 7 in here, it doesn't show up because it's not in the lookup range. Okay, but if I come here and I just insert, right-click, insert row, and I move product 7 right there because it's now in that range. Then if I come over here, product 7, there it is. Okay, that's how you edit data in ranges. Just don't add to the end of it. You always put it in the middle of it, whatever you want to do. Okay, same with prices and all of that. All right. Any questions about this so far? Just making sense to you why you would do this? This is to help you predict your income and kind of show you what your traffic has to be so that you can get where you want to get. Clicks are the currency. It's the currency that you trade in. Once you know conversions and once you have buy buttons and you know what you're doing, then you have to get as many as you want. So if I've got 7,000 people on my Twitter list, like I said, and I'm only going to get 90 clicks a week from Twitter, then how do I get more engagement? Then you start working with ways to get more engagement. So maybe I want 200. I should be getting 200 from there. And then you look at where's most of your sales coming from. So if I get 200 clicks from Twitter and I get one sale from Twitter, but I get 200 clicks from search and I get 30 sales from search, I don't want to spend a lot of time here. I want to spend a lot of time here. And that's the reason some people do a lot of Instagram and no Pinterest. But other people, like Amy, is great in Pinterest because her target market is in Pinterest, not Instagram. So does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to ask some questions, look at some questions here. All sales are your products or affiliate offers? I don't understand that either, Robert, but if you think this is all about selling our stuff, no, it's not. We just use our products as an example. I think I've shown you here, you can add your own products in here, change your prices and predict what your income is going to be. This is really where you should start because you want to figure out what you got to do and only what you have to do to make the money that you need. Thanks, Marie. She said this is brilliant. I think it is too. How do you get the product sales percentage? Do you get those figures after a time of running your campaign, or do you put in what you would like to happen? It's a good question, Cindy. At first, if this is a brand new product, and by the way, you can copy this and do it for only one product if you want. But I don't recommend that. You can always just add a product and zero everything else out and focus on that product. So if you have one product that you're just launching, you know it's going to be 100% sales. The number that you want to look at is what's the conversion rate going to be. Now we've launched products that have been 0.5% conversion, and that's kind of horrible, right? So then you work on your conversions to get your conversion numbers up, and over 2 months or 3 months or whatever it is of your campaign, you kind of get to a leveling off spot where you understand what your conversion rate is going to be, and that's incredibly helpful for you. Then you come back and you adjust here, and you adjust here on your product sales. So if you've added another product by that time, maybe only 10% of that product is selling. Then you do that. So this is also a way that you can predict a funnel. So if you've got a product that has or if you've got a funnel that has a front-end product, an upsell product, and an upsell product, OTO1, OTO2, you can predict the number of sales you're going to get from each there. So it's like when you build what's called a pro forma in a business plan. A pro forma is an Excel sheet that gives what your best predictions are. If you have history to base those predictions on, that's great. If you don't have history, it's your best guess. So that's what you're doing here. And Kimberly, I don't understand that either. What is the outgoing? What are you talking about? Oh, the outgoing. You're talking about this guy over here. So the outgoing is just the savings and the transaction fee. That's this column and this column. These are things that you're not going to put into your cash account, right? So I'm assuming that you're going to have some of this that is going to be separated. So the savings is like off the top, I'm setting this aside, and the fees are your transaction fees. So if you're selling this on a Warrior Plus or JVZoo or ClickBank or Authorize.net or whatever, you've got transaction fees. And so usually they're 5% or less. The lower your fees, the better. This is pretty high. 5% is pretty high right here. I think our PayPal Plus, Warrior Plus, comes to about 4%. But if we went straight with PayPal, it'd be like 2.5%. Yeah, that's what it's for, Olive, is to help you come up with a real plan. It's like putting in here your information and then being able to predict your business. How do you track where the traffic comes from? That's a completely different ball of wax. This is not a traffic tracking tool. This is a traffic prediction tool. So you would want to look at your Twitter account. You would want to see how many clicks you got from your Twitter account this week, how many, and sometimes you can get, each one of these guys will give you some analytics in the background, or you can use third-party tools and Amy, if you're still there, analytics, Google Analytics, if you put that on your website from the beginning, will show you a lot of your traffic sources as well, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, and you'll be able to see, very closely where it's coming from if you know where to go in analytics.
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
see exactly where Pinterest, my Pinterest traffic is coming from, sometimes even the country. So I have a lot of Pinterest.ca traffic that comes in Canada.
If you're doing affiliate sales, do you change the price to your affiliate percentage? Absolutely. So this is, in fact, this is a really good tool for putting in your affiliate products that you sell, and you're trying to figure out how much you can make from each affiliate product and what your campaigns can be. So that's a great way to use this. Yeah, thanks, Ed. And inserting a cell over here, not a row, is correct. So I said insert row, and you see there it made a mess. So you want to insert a cell. So you do this: insert cell, insert cell. Okay. Shift up, shift down. So that doesn't change everything else. How to get the percentages for each product. Okay, so this is historical. So if you know that you've got 10 products, let's say, or you got 10 products, and you know that product 1 is your big seller. So for example, storytelling is a big seller for us. Our biggest product is the found money. So found money on most months will drive a fairly consistent piece. Insiders Club is our base. So let's say that Insiders Club is going to be Insiders Club. Product 7's in Insiders Club. I'll tell you what, let me just show you real time here what's happening. Okay, product 7 is Insiders Club. Okay. Then we're going to have resell, that's profit. PPR is profit planner resellers. Okay, and then we have storytelling, story selling is the thing that we did. And we have, what's this one? But I said that was found money. Okay, so I'm just going to do these guys. All right, so I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to say that we're now looking, oh, that's not there anymore. So that's the reason it's giving that message, because I changed it. So that is going to be Insiders Club. This one is going to be Found Money. This one's going to be Profit Planner Resellers, okay? So the price on this is, let's say that this is $99. Where is that? We'll just leave it at 97, okay? And then this one is 17, I think, is what we have this at right now. Okay, so I don't have 17 in here, so I'm going to go add 17 to the price of this. So I'm come to the data, and I do have 19, so let's just make this 17. Okay, so I come back over here. Now I can choose 17. There it is. And resellers is, I don't have a 497, so. Insert cell, shift down, 497. Okay. And if I wanted to, I'm not going to do it, but if I wanted to, I would just highlight these guys and I right click and sort. So it would just sort them by alphabetical or by numerical as well. So now I'm going to change this to 497. And I'm going to say that now my Insiders Club is going to be 20% of our business this week. Let's say that Found Money is going to be 50% of our business this week. And resellers is going to be 30% of our business this week. Okay, we're going to get 605 clicks. So the reason that I've done this is because historically I can distribute the number of sales per product. So this is either predictive or based on what I know from my past sales. If I have a big launch coming, let's say I have a big launch coming and I know that Insiders Club is going to be at a special price, and I put in the special price, and I say this week we're really hitting the Insiders Club and it's going to be 60% for us. And so then I just have to come back in and adjust the rest of this. So this is going to be 20%, let's say. So then that's going to change what my week's gross is, okay? Yeah, Robert, actuals compared to projected. The only number I care about from the beginning is this number. So I'll know by my sales if I'm hitting that number. And we do have analytics that gives us all kinds of breakdown on products and sales and traffic and all that kind of stuff. But let's see, how do you add more than 3 rows of product? So, you know, I built this a few weeks ago, actually a few months ago. And so let me see if I can do this. Okay, so there's that. And I'm just going, what I did was just do a right click, insert row above or below. Now I'm going to, I think I have this copy, these formulas in here so that we can just drop it in. Yep, I do. So you can add additional products just by inserting and copying the row and putting the row, another row in there. And so all the formulas carry over and everything is correct. All right, so I could change this and be story selling, which is $199. So let's make this one 10%. And this is going to be 20%. This is a very basic tool. And this is 50%. Now, if this was a sophisticated tool and I spent a lot of money on it and all that kind of stuff, I would have everything here so that you'd never be able to put in more than 100%, but you can't. So that's it. All right. So I hope that helps set that. If you need baseline data to be able to input. Yep, baseline data would be great. Which social media platform works best for the product planners? Julie, I don't know. Facebook is the one that we use, but you know that's something else. So, yeah, Mike, that's a different thing on the bridge page thing. I don't know. A lot of questions here. So the whole point of this is to see what you need to do to be able to make the income that you want to make. That's the reason it's called the income stream calculator, okay? Okay. Sure, it can be used with any product. And in that case, let's see, Kay, if you had like you knew that your cost on physical products was going to be 15% or 50% or whatever, if I were you, I'd put it in here. You know, your fee would be 50%, include your transaction fees as well there and what your cost is on that. So you could easily do that. In fact, if you're an affiliate marketer, you could even do that. You could change this to affiliate commission and put your commission fee right there. So that would automatically calculate out your commission. Okay, so there's a lot more questions about this, and I think that we'll probably have to have at some point a specific training on this one because you guys seem to like this. Okay. Outgoing paid traffic. Yeah, you can add whatever you want. Whatever your traffic suggestions here, here's paid traffic, here's email, here's content aggregation. You put all of your traffic clicks. All you care about is clicks in here. So if I wanted to add a column there or in a row, I would just right click and do this, and I would say AdWords, for example. And then I put in 30, and there it is, it adds, okay? So that's the way that works. Yeah, copy, rename to your drive, and you can change to your needs. Just don't change the formulas, okay? Yep, it's about laser targeting your effort, that's right.